Climate activists now want the world government to set aside funds to help reverse the adverse effects of climate change. The activists held a peaceful march Saturday from Nyayo Stadium to the Catholic University of East Africa to call for climate justice. Environmental activists say climate reparations should be prioritized ahead of COP27.
Environmental organizations, namely the Fridays for Future Nairobi chapter, partnered with Laudato Si Movement, 350 Africa, the Catholic University of East Africa, and Planet One Ubunifu Hub for the Global Climate, embarked on peaceful protest to call for climate laws and damage financing. The groups are calling for climate reparations as a transformative justice process in which political power will return to the people. Fridays for Future Assistant Communication Director Japheth Orieng said the compensation should be in terms of resources, technology and information that will be passed to the most affected districts by climate change.
As activists, as Kenyan activists, we have experienced and our communities have experienced first-hand the effects of climate change. We don't have the capability to adapt to these challenges. If they're telling us to mitigate against the effects of climate change, is not possible because we are at a tipping point and we cannot mitigate anymore. The only thing we can do is adapt.
The United Nations Environment Programme organizations, through a campaign dubbed March for Our Planet, which commenced 21st September of 2022, will be mobilizing the environmental activists to march from Kenya to Egypt ahead of the COP27 event at Sharm el-Sheikh.
There are so many things that the grassroots organizations are doing back at home. Some of them are in terms of food security. We are speaking to them, we are advising them on how they're going to save the limited water that they have. We are just talking about sustainability, adaptability and mitigatory measures that are in place.
We're taking a 4,868 mile journey from Nairobi all the way up to Sharm el-Sheikh, not only as just a way to get people there, but and especially voices that haven't been heard, but then also to bring a declaration not just at COP but to the world over these next 10 years, over the decade, matching not just on climate but also biodiversity. And so this is actually a global movement that is happening.
The youth activists are now asking for representation at the COP27 event that will be held in Egypt. Indeed, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. In that light, various organizations have come together to set up a platform dubbed March for Our Planet. They will be marching all the way to Egypt, all in the light of asking for climate justice. For KBC Channel 1, I am Teresa Mutai.